some friends, and we did this writing prompt, and I wrote this a long time ago, and I've never read it out loud. And I stumbled across, you know when you stumble across something old, you're like, whoa, that's awesome. The sky was suckling its wildcat cubs. She repeated this phrase on the corner as I sat on my friend's porch. I'm not allowed to smoke in this house, and I shouldn't anyway. She must be crazy, or she's smarter than most people I know. I was impressed with her ability to be noticeable on the dark street. The sun was just setting, and the city hadn't adjusted the streetlights to come on at dusk. This gave the neighborhood that last man on earth feeling, even though there were at least 20 last men and women sitting out waiting for the humidity to go away. It's November. It's California, almost Floridian. I have never longed for Florida. My presence in California speaks volumes. The sky then dropped the cubs and made me its queen. The residents of my friend's block have figured out how to ignore her by now, but have no reason to forgive her. She's dressed like it's November, but a November in George Orwell's Massachusetts. I remember November when I was a kid. We'd play soccer in the street with a dodgeball and lament the certain onslaught of streetlight. Pure hell meant that we had to go inside because dinner should be ready by now. And sure enough, we're all just waiting for the lights to come on tonight. Somebody must be making dinner for her. Somebody must give a shit about her because she talks like she's been loved before. None of these people on this block can understand her because unlike what she would have us believe, they come from another land. Their tongues are just as foreign to me as hers, but in an entirely different way. But they do understand her tone. Crazy people everywhere use a dialect that is just as sovereign as any nation. They know she's full of shit, but they are as entertained as teenagers watching monkeys hump online. They wish her no harm. They just want citywide proof that the day is over. I am tempted to ask them if they have a red dodgeball so we can all kick it around. I want her to see how crazy we are with our love of sports, oil, and all things so human. Queens like her don't kick rubber. They suckle and prance like majestic desert royals. They eat honey and drink milk from things smaller than cows. We smoke and eat out of windows. And when the lights do come on, she scrambles quickly like raccoons and post-Thanksgiving shoppers to wherever she rests her crazy head. I almost ask the neighbors if they speak the language of legs. I want to say football, but they know what soccer is. Then I realize I have television waiting inside. Thank you.